How's it going, everyone? Mega Masters here, and in this video we are going to be reviewing Xerneas, which is the titled legendary for Pokemon X version. And this is a fucking brute in battle. I will explain everything that there is about it in this video, but before we get to the set ideas, how about we analyze this monster? Let's just get a good look at Xerneas. It's very beautiful, but it is also brutal to face in battle. This thing will set up relatively easily and sweep you. It's that simple. The typing that it gets is Fairy, which is a very good solid typing by itself, due to the fact that you have an immunity to Dragon, you resist Fighting, Bug, and Dark, and although you are weak to the likes of Steel and Poison, those types are very easy to manage, so you'll be fine with Xerneas if you build the right team around it. The ability that it has is Fairy Aura, and what this does is it powers up all Fairy type moves by 33.3% while Xerneas is on the field. That means Xerneas Fairy type moves get powered up by 33.3%. That's a free life orb for Xerneas for Fairy type moves. Plus, you factor in the fact that it gets Stab. Oh man, that's brutal right off the bat. And speaking of brutality, just get a good look at the stats here. So it has 126 HP, 131 in both the attack and special attack. Good grief. 95 on the defense, 98 on the special defense, and 99 on the speed. So as you see right here, it really doesn't have any bad stats, even for Uber standards. I mean, you're thinking, it's like, well, its defensive stats are lower than 100s, like WTF. Well, hello, look at that base 126 HP. It's got good natural bulk. So that 95 physical defense and 98 special defense with base 126 HP, you're fine. You'll be taking hits. And this thing is very much capable of being a mixed attacker too, because it does get a few interesting physical moves, including Outrage, which is very, very funny considering that this Pokemon is immune to Dragon-type moves, and I think it would be the ultimate troll to take down a Dragon-type Pokemon with the Dragon-type move. So anyways, with that being said, let's move on to the first set I have for you. So allow me to introduce you to the set that has single-handedly made Xerneas one of the most broken Pokemon that has not yet been banned from Ubers. I have a feeling that alongside Mega Rayquaza, this thing is just like it to me, it's anything goes material. All it takes is one turn to set up with its signature move, and it's over. It is over. So the item for choice for Xerneas is going to be Power Herb, and what this does is it allows for you to bypass the turn of charging when you end up using a move that allows for you to charge for more than one turn. I'll get into that in a little bit. The ability we'll be using is going to be Fairy Aura because that's the only ability it has. As for the EV spread, it's going to be pretty standard. It's going to be 4 to its HP, 252 into its special attack, and 252 into its speed, and we'll be going with a modest nature to further boost your special attack. So the first move that we have is Moonblast. Moonblast is just an absolutely brutal special attack for Xerneas, due to the fact that not only is it powered up by Stab, but powered up by Fairy Aura. That is brutal. It is going to completely massacre anything that doesn't resist Moonblast, especially after the last move, which I'll go over shortly. The next move that we have, you can either go with Psyshock or Thunder. Now, Psyshock, the reason why we will be going for Psyshock is so that you can target Pokemon with a low physical defense. So say, for example, if you're up against a Blissey, and normally Blissey is like the god of special walls. Well, Psyshock says hi. Psyshock don't care about your base 135 special defense. It's going to prey upon your very weak and brittle physical defense. But if that's not enough for you, we have Thunder. Thunder allows for you to destroy Pokemon like Ho-Oh, Lugia, and any other flying type Pokemon, as well as Skarmory, which is occasionally used in Ubers. The next move that we have, I have Hidden Power Ground on here because you have Primal Groudon, which is, in my opinion, one of the biggest checks to Xerneas, but with Hidden Power Ground, you end up exposing Groudon's 2 times weakness, that being to ground, And it does have a 4 times weakness to water, but considering that Desolate Land nullifies your water type weakness, we're not going to be going with Hidden Power Water. That's just stupid. So, Hidden Power Ground is for Pokemon that resist moves like Moonblast, Psyshock, or Thunder. Not to mention, it deals the most damage to Primal Groudon, as well as giving very good coverage to Fairy and either Electric or Psychic type moves. But if Hidden Power Ground doesn't do it for you, we do have Hidden Power Fire, as this does deal damage super effectively to Steel type Pokemon, especially those that are 4 times weak to Fire type moves such as Scizor, Mega Scizor, and Ferrothorn. And Forretress too, although I don't see many Forretress ran in Ubers. But if those two moves don't do it for you, we have Focus Blast. Focus Blast is a fighting type special move that deals heavy damage but has a chance to miss. And alongside Fairy, it provides very good coverage. Not to mention very good coverage if you have either Psyshock or Thunder. That's even better. That's some pretty nice coverage here. But what makes this set so threatening? How about the fact that it gets Geomancy? Geomancy is a 2-turn move that, after the end of the second turn, you boost your special attack, special defense, and speed by 2 stages. Okay, but it takes 2 turns to charge. I mean, what's the big deal? It's like setting up Quiver Dance 2 times in a row. How about the fact that Power Herb bypasses that turn of charging up, and you just go right for the stat boost, and you go for the kill? So think about it. After a Geomancy Power Herb boost, you are legitimately set to sweep. This right here is going to be your win condition. And the good thing about this Pokemon and this set is it allows for Pokemon that normally doesn't have as many uses in Ubers to actually function in Ubers, because Xerneas just completely annihilates your whole opponent's team or annihilates a good chunk of it. But that's all I gotta say about this set. It's time to move on to the next one. So this next set here, unlike the last set where you set up to sweep, this Pokemon basically don't give a fuck about setting up. It's going to absolutely annihilate you with its awesome attacks. So, the item for choice for Xerneas is going to be its Life Orb. That way you can get a 30% power boost to all of your moves at the cost of 10% of your health. The ability is going to be Fairy Aura, because what better than Fairy Aura? It's awesome. Plus, it's the only ability it has. But hey, I ain't complaining! So, as for the EV spread, 4 is going to go into its attack, 252 into its special attack, and 252 into speed. And we'll be going with a hasty nature. That way, you can actually not have to worry about being outsped by Pokemon of this speed tier, like say Yveltal or rival Xerneas, or even Genesect, which is very common. Uh, you really want to have Hasty due to the fact that there are those Pokemon that you could potentially speed tie with if they're running a speed positive nature. So, anyways, let's take a look at the move set here. This is basically your all-out attacking set here. We got Moonblast as your main stab. It completely annihilates anything that doesn't resist it, not naming Chansey or Blissey. The next move that we have is going to be your physical move. This is where your attack comes into play. We have Close Combat to deal super effective damage to Steel-type Pokemon. But ho ho ho, wait a sec. We got Rockslide. Well, wait a minute. Why do we have Rockslide? How about because of Ho-Oh, which is one of the biggest thorns in Xerneas' side. Ho-Oh happens to be 4 times weak to Rock-type moves, so Rockslide basically is like, bye-bye, you just got destroyed. The next move we have is Thunder. Thunder allows for you to deal heavy, super effective damage to other Pokemon such as Lugia, such as Skarmory, and also you deal super effective damage to bulky water types such as Water Arceus and Kyogre and Primal Kyogre. And of course, the last move that we have is Hidden Power Fire. So you don't want to deal with things like Ferrothorn, Scizor, and Mega Scizor, and even Forretress. Well, guess what? Hidden Power Fire burns them to a crisp, and with that Life Orb boost, you're almost guaranteed to knock them out. That's really all I have to say about this set. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward approach to this set, and yet it looks pretty effective. You don't have your setup move, but that is more than okay, because this Pokemon functions fairly good without it. So this set I'd like to present to you here basically gives the ultimate fuck you to any setup sweepers. Not to mention, this thing is a special tank that just will not die. So it goes like this. The item of choice for Xerneas is going to be leftovers to allow you to have passive recovery at the end of each turn. The ability is going to be Fairy Aura because that's the only ability it has. As for the EV spread, 252 is going to go into its HP, 252 into its special defense, and 4 into speed, and we'll go with the calm nature. Now just think about that for a second. You have base 126 HP. With full investment, you are hitting over 450 HP. And with maximum special defense investment, you're hitting over 320 in the special defense. So that is actually very respectable. So the move set goes like this. You're basically going to be rest and sleep talk spamming this entire set. So the first move obviously is going to be rest, and then the second move is sleep talk. Now what rest does is it puts you to sleep. However, it fully recovers you of all of your HP and any status condition, but you're asleep for 2 turns. But wait a minute, I thought sleep was bad. Not with sleep talk. Sleep talk allows for you to be somewhat usable during sleep, and this move only can be used while you're asleep. Now, what sleep talk does is it chooses any of the other moves at random. It could choose Moonblast, it could choose Roar, or it could be an absolute douche bucket and choose Rest. I've had that happen to me a few times, and that really, really screwed the pooch for me when it came to battling. But more often than not, it works. So, speaking of which, the third move that we have is Moonblast. Moonblast is going to be your only attacking move, and even without any special attack investment, you have that Fairy Aura boost. You're still going to be dealing a killer amount of damage. And then lastly, we have Roar. This is where I love to sing that song because it's like, you got all your Calm Mind boosters, you got all your Dragon Dancers, you got all your Swords Dancers, you got all your Nasty Plotters. That's not going to matter because Roar is going to phase your ass out, and all that time that you spent setting up is going to go down the drain. Not to mention, to add a little bit of insult to injury, I don't care if you have a substitute up. Roar is sound-based, it's going to go right through substitute and roar your ass out. Also, another insult to injury is the fact that if hazards are on your opponent's side of the field, Roar is going to rack up hazards damage for you, which is going to be very, very nice. So that's basically all I have to say about this set. Now, I will say you can run a physically defensive variant of Xerneas with this exact same set, but really the only difference is going to be your role as a physical wall rather than being a special wall. You're going to be having max HP with max defense, and you'll be going with the bold nature. But other than that, this set is completely the same. So you can run calm or you can run bold. You want to be physically defensive, you want to be specially defensive. It's really up to you, but specially defensive is my preference because there are many better walls to be used as a physical tank in Ubers. That's really all I have to say about Xerneas and really about this video. I mean, Xerneas has always been a threat. It didn't really get anything good in the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire move tutors, which kind of sucked. But, you know, it is what it is. Xerneas is still an amazingly brutal Pokemon in the Ubers tier. But just imagine if it got Earth Power. That would be crazy. That means no more having to run Hidden Power Ground. It could just Earth Power and basically say, fuck you, Primal Groudon. You're going to be destroyed. So, that's all I got to say about this set. Hope you guys enjoyed. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to use Xerneas and how it can be an absolute asset to your team if used correctly. And if you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to like and even share this video to all of your friends, as this really, really helps out the channel and the rest of its contents. And if you want to see more videos like the one that you just saw, then hit that subscribe button to join the Mega Express today and become a valued passenger on this wild ride through the Pokemon world. Also, be sure to leave me your feedback in the comments section down below about this video. Tell me what you liked about it. Tell me what you didn't like about it. Tell me if there's something I missed. And finally, do not be afraid to leave me any requests in the comment sections of any video, and I will do my best to make sure that it gets noticed. And finally, be sure to check out Poketown, Cat's Epic Pokemon Cloning Group, Pokemon Central, and finally, Pokemon Destination Valley. These groups are amazing. I highly recommend you check them out. They definitely got my vote of approval. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good one. I shall see you guys next upload.